Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome back to the stream. Jason Hots here, coming at you with another episode of Medieval Dynasty, my fresh playthrough. This is going to be episode number 7, so we'll be heading into the fall for year 2. So I finished getting everything set up here. Thank you all for tuning in. Alrighty. Alright, looks like we are ready to go here in fall. Get things started. It's been a little bit since I played. I took a little break to... lately I've been playing a lot of Hearthstone Battlegrounds, which... by all rights, I probably should be streaming, but have not. I have not been streaming that game, so... maybe we will, still. But... we shall see. It's good to be back, though. I'll probably do an episode or 2 tonight. We'll see how far I get. Maybe finish out year 2. All in one go here. But if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll be splitting them up. Each season gets its own episode. So for this episode 7 here, it'll just be the 3 days until we get to winter. Yeah, first thing we're going to do each season is harvest. So I apologize. You know, the episodes are going to start kind of slow and maybe a little boring, but, you know, it's relaxing. You may ask yourself, well, Jay, why is it that you don't have your farm hands do this for you? It's like, well, you know, first of all, I can carry my own water, but also I have the perk that gives me extra when I harvest, and my workers do not. So I do the harvesting, and they do most of the planting. I save time that way. So, of course, in summer, the only real viable thing that you can plant is cabbages. We make the cabbage guy from Avatar proud. As you can see, we're already up over 1,300 cabbages. That's a lot of cabbage. Alright, so that's all from these fields. And then we got a few more fields up here that we can grab. And then we'll pretty much reassign all the people that are working in the animal shelters. The all of my animal husbandry folks that are raising all the different animals. They also have good farming skill, so we'll be asking them to come over and do work. But first thing is we want to make sure that this is stocked. So they're going to be planting rye, which we have over 200 rye grain in here, which is great, and almost 200 fertilizer. I think we have 150 total spots right now, so this is great. And then enough bags to get the job done. But what I noticed is there's no hose, but I think I'm pretty sure that's okay, because I think we have the hose in the resource storage, and they should still use that. One thing I do notice is the Herald is on the map this time. Awesome. So we can go get our Herald quest. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and take them out of these animal husbandry buildings. X is the right one. Yeah, now realizing, of course, that is going to cause a problem here, Where it's like, well, hold on, you know, then how are we going to get eggs and fertilizer? Well, we're not for now. We're going to take those off so that the game doesn't yell at us. And then in farming, we're going to assign them to the farm shed. So then we're just going to plop the 3 people that don't have any professions in here. Easy peasy. And we've already set up our fields to function. So you can see the 25, 25, 25, and 25 is 150 is 150. And you can see that those are already set up for rye. So the top line is what it was when we go to harvest. The bottom one is what we are planting. And we can see that's already set up and ready to go. So all that's good now. They will get started on that. And we've got this to... Yeah, we've reached level 10 in farming, so we have 2 more attributes. We're playing without carry weight limits, so that doesn't matter. This would be okay. Getting more crops from the orchards is fine. We're playing with unlimited stamina, so that doesn't matter. This one would be good. It wouldn't hurt, but it doesn't matter that much. And we don't really need farming XP when we're already level 10. So we're going to do skilled orchardman for these 2. That way we get 20% more crops from the orchards, which is cool. I feel bad for our farming tools, but you know, it'll be fine. And yeah. The other thing I noticed is that I have my scythe equipped, which we won't need that again until first day of spring. So instead, let's get the hoe equipped there. Because I will probably come help them hoe a little bit. But yeah. You can see it's right across the way, so it's not like we're making them go very far. Got our chickens and the pigs. And our donkeys. Donkey! And then, I can't remember if I filled the compost bin at the end of the last session. I probably did. I usually do. Yep, they look like some of them were filled. I don't know why I put apple juice in here. Silly. So yeah, we got rot for days, which is great. We can make some more fertilizer. This is just from the manure, but then this is from the rot. You can see that's going to make us 164. So that is enough for the spring, which is great. Now we're not going to plant anything in the winter, obviously, unless I want to plant carrots. But what's cool about that is that they don't actually use the carrots, or we can't actually harvest the carrots until summer. So that's just, to do that would just be getting ahead. Okay, apparently I'm holding on to something because that's full. But they'll empty it out. So you can see they're already getting started, so they'll work away while we go do other stuff. Such as preparing to go sell stuff in town. So we can go look at what we have in our food storage. See if there's anything in particular we want to go sell. Like some of this white bread. Just as a random example. Honestly, that amount of white bread, probably enough for us to just buy out the traders completely. And then, yeah, we'll get our donkey and we'll ride. Which reminds me, how close are we to the... Let's see. It's hunting. Oh, wow, we are so close to the stable. Gotta do a little bit more farming for it. That's crazy. So close. It'll be easy to get horses because we're right over here. Alrighty then. Just checking one thing with the stream. Yep, that's fine. Alright, let's see what quests we got. Planks, that's easy. Fishing spears, a little harder, but we can get those. I'm not gonna hunt pigeons. We have feathers. And wool fabric. That one is a little more complex, but I'm sure we can get our hands on it for him. But more importantly, we have the herald.
Hello.
What does the king desire? Hop flavored beer. All right. So, need 700 hop. Wow. That is a lot of hops. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, but, you know, maybe we can buy some. You know, we can see he's got a few. You know, we can try to, you know, start small and work our way towards it, right? Especially if we're making all this elite armor. So one of the things we can sell is our thin gambeson, because now we've got all the elite armor made. Last session, we're good there. And then, yeah, we'll sell some white bread.
Only to see you around.
That's the thing. We have quite a bit of coin, so I'm not afraid to just buy whatever amount of hops people have. I can scour the entire countryside for it. This guy doesn't appear to have any. It's unfortunate. And the thing is, hops takes a while to grow, so it's not as if I can just make it appear out of nowhere, which is a little unfortunate. But, you know, it is what it is, I suppose.
Want to see
Either way, we'll get that guy's moolah.
Oh, it's
Now, this guy has a couple of things that I would like to buy. So, one of those things... So, yeah, he's got a few hops. Not much, but we'll take it. But he's also got hop plants. Yeah, we'll take all of those. I don't think there's any way for us to... Yeah, because it takes, like, a season and a half, I think, for it to go. I don't know. I can look to see if hops are different. I'm not sure how I have the 60 hop, how I acquired the 60 hops I have now, because we're only in year 2, so I don't think it's been long enough since we planted it in the first year for them to come up. But anyway, the other thing we're looking for is limestone. Take all of his limestone. Oh, there's a Staryu in the chat. Nice. Try to catch that real quick here. Nope, hit the wrong button. Poke catch, ultra ball. Good news is I'm going to copy and paste that command so that it'll only take that long once. Then it's just a quick copy and paste in moving forward. We do need some oat grain to make animal feed. So we're going to take all of that. And then, you know, I can consider the idea of doing more tree stuff. I don't need to do it now. But to be fair, you know, this would probably be the best time to do it if I am going to expand my orchards, because I'm going to expand the hops over there too. So yeah, why not? I might as well. We'll take all of his tree seeds. If nothing else, I don't have to plant them. I can just have them and plant them whenever. So the other one would be cherry and apple. So we'll take it. So that leaves him with almost 4,000 gold. Which is cool, because we can get rid of a bunch of this bread. Yeah. Almost half of what we have there. What's up, Janae? How you doing? I think this puts you on a 6th stream streak.
Good luck.
If I remember correctly.
Hello. Whatever you need.
I know you never miss an episode. All right. So as we sell the white bread, it is eventually gonna go down the list past where I can't see it pop up immediately on the stuff I have the most of. And as I recall, we don't have a whole lot of flour, so I think at this point, once I get down to about 100 or so white bread, then I think I will let's see, do like another 35. I think I'm gonna start selling other stuff. Like we have, all these cabbages. You're like, not my cabbages. Yeah, that's just an absurd amount of cabbage. We don't need it all. We can definitely sell it. And then some of the other stuff we don't need. We don't need all of... no, we need all of that. Yeah, we can sell a few iron arrows. Do like half iron arrows. We can make more of those easily. And, yeah. Birch seedlings. We don't need those. Got what, 129 gold left? Not that much. We don't need these clay cups. Get rid of those. You know what? Actually, the deer skulls we can use as decorations. People like those. Maple seedlings can go. And sure, we'll do the rest. We'll do the rest in white bread. There you go. Alright, so we got all of the merchant's money from around here, so that's good. And now let's get started on some of the quests. So we're going to do everything we can to get hops, but yeah, 77 out of 70, and we only have 5 seasons to do that. That's going to be rough, but we will try. Let's see, actually, we have some of the stuff here. Let's just go. Let's go find Darwin. He is over there, apparently. Nope. It's the wrong exclamation point. I need the one that's highlighted. Over there. There it is. 30 meters up. There he is. Hello.
How is life treating you? Goodbye.
So we got bridge materials and
Goodbye.
feathers for you. But for now,
Have a
that's
good
it.
day.
Alright, so while we're in town, let's see if we have any room to recruit some new folks. I forget where we were on. Oh, yeah, we have plenty of room. So we got 2 guys that are living alone, 27, 25. And then we got 3 just completely empty houses. Though these 2 are more overflow houses. I use them in a pinch, but I will want to build more houses. But as we get those couple of quests done, that should allow us to invite another person or 2 to our village. So we've got more wakas. I would like to have at least one more person that's got good farming and priority to the ladies, especially this one. And yeah, she got level 3 farming. Perfect.
How are you?
Please tell me you will come to our village. Thank you. How about you? A little on the younger side, but good at extraction, which is great.
How can I help you?
You are welcome. Awesome. And then this dude is 18. And he's only good at hunting, but we'll take you if you. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, So now we will put them in our houses. So this first one is the 25-year-old. So the 27-year-old we'll put with the slightly older of the... So yeah, we'll put the 26-year-old with the 27-year-old. That makes sense. And then 25-year-old will get the 22-year-old. That's close enough. And then this guy will get a house all to his own. Perfect. See if we can find a young lass for him.
Reminds me how much still needs to be done before winter.
Oh, and then we can give them some jobs. So for starters, this one's easy. We need one more farmer to work the fields. So see, she's got the 3 in that, so that's perfect. And then let's look at our extraction buildings. You know, we're actually doing pretty good on that. There's one spot, though, in the excavation shed and one in the woodshed. We'll go with the excavation shed for now, because that's getting us, I believe, limestone. Yep. So we'll add to our limestone production. And then let's look to see if we have any... Yeah, we do. We have a hunting spot open. Perfect. It's like I planned it that way. Oh. No, this guy's not good at hunting. He's good at survival. I take it all back. So then we want him in the herbalist hut, but there's no room for him there. I wonder if we've unlocked the second herbalist hut yet. We have not. We need more technology and survival. Okay. You know, the other thing we can do is we could build another herbalist's hut. But I don't know if that's really that worth it. Yeah, you know, we can just put him in the hunting lodge, even if that's not really what he's good at. Eventually we'll unlock the herbalist hut and we can look at putting him in there. But for now, we're going to let him develop his hunting skills a little. Unless he's got he's got a level 2 in farming. It's not terrible. Sure, you know what? We will let him attend to the chickens since he's got a level 2 in that. He'll be slightly happier starting on that. Our chickens will be happy. We'll produce eggs, which I also need to turn back on. There's so many little things to remember in this game. It will remind you, usually, if you forget something. But not that there's no work assigned. It only reminds you of that here with these little yellow notes. Be like, hey, there's no worker. It's like, yeah, I know. I would have assigned it if I wanted one there. Alright, so that's a pretty good start to the day. And then we're just focusing on our quests. So, we'll go make some fishing spears and some wool fabric. Start with this one. A couple of them I already had in my inventory ready to go, so that was nice. It was okay. It was kind of neat that because Ryan decided he was going to give out a bunch of extra stuff, including a backpack. So, you know, a few extra people showed up. It was a decent turnout. John was there. And I think I told you that I've been having trouble beating John lately. So I specifically put in an enhanced hammer into my Goldengo deck so that I could knock out his legacy energy. And it worked. I beat him in the first round. And then there was that issue that I kind of sent a message to you about on Discord, but we can talk about it more in detail later. But so that was kind of unfortunate. But and honestly, I might have been a little bit distracted I don't know. I don't want to make excuses, but I made a terrible gameplay error in game 2 against Wayne that could only result in a game loss. So that kind of sucked. And then I went against Maximo in the mirror and lost to him by 1 turn. Because I had kind of a bad start. It wasn't a terrible start, but it wasn't very good. Obviously bad enough that I lost. So yeah, overall, not a great day. At least not a great Pokemon day. But there was an upside at the end. The special prize that I got, which I guess were random other than the winner got the backpack. I got a Charizard Funko Pop. I was like, ooh. I think I'm gonna keep it sealed. It's as far as I can tell, it's sealed in the box. Not the box isn't in great condition, but it's okay. So yeah, for now I put that up in my closet, and maybe I'll keep that forever. I don't know, we'll see. That could be worth something someday, or maybe not. All right, so for this we're gonna go to the alchemy, or no, the sewing hut, which I moved over here. And we're going to do some wool fabric. We're going to start by doing wool thread. This 15-second water break brought to you by the spinning wheel. So we need enough to make 5 wool fabric, which I'm pretty sure 32 wool thread will be enough, but shall see. Yep, it's 1 to 1, so yeah, it's plenty. We'll do about half of it. And so then you can, in this same hut, in this table next to us, you can use this to make, you know, non-metal armor, like gamisons or just clothing. Also, like saddles and like like leather stuff, like shoes, stuff like that. But yeah, that's our 2 quests for now. Got the stuff. So this one goes to Darwin. Actually, they both go to Darwin. So hop on our donkey. Donkey! See, they're making some good progress. Nice. Yar. And let's see, where is Darwin now? Oh, rip. He's right behind me, isn't he?
Take care. Hello. Good luck.
Alright, so I think the next thing on my list of things to do is just build more houses. Let's just keep expanding our village. You know, we're doing some good stuff. I think one of the things that I would like to do, we do need to plant hops, but that's any time this season, so we don't need to do that right now. And I think it's about at this tree that we reached the limit. Oh, there's a skitty in the chat, if anybody wants that. I think this tree is like the limit of where I can, yeah, you can see how it's blocked. That means I can't chop it down, and anything that's in the blocked area on the map, I can't build into that. So you can see the red box. So, you know, the problem, I mean, I love building around this mine. This was really cool. This has been cool. But the problem is you can't grow your village into the red area, so you kind of have to build out in this direction, build out in this direction, and you can't really build in the mountains. Like, it's not flat, you know, obviously it's not flat enough. You have to build on flat surfaces, so that's been a little bit of a challenge. It's not too bad, but and you know, over here is not, all of this space is not necessarily the most flat either, but it's okay. And then this, we can go ahead and upgrade this because this was just a woodshed 1 that I built to have access to stuff. But at the time I didn't have the resources, but there's really not any reason to leave it like that. Make it a shed 2 pretty easily. There we go. And yeah, then we can just keep building houses. I want to clear out the trees first, though. And ladies and gentlemen, we have returned for another episode. Jason cuts down trees. Also, Jason... Oh, no! The tree goes into the house! It's okay. I don't think that actually does anything. Realistically, it should do damage to the house. My immersion is broken. While by the way, while I am carrying 1,900 pounds worth of stuff. Or kilograms. I don't know what that is in kilograms, but it seems like it's a lot. But, like, they actually do have conditions. Like, I think if we go to repair, it'll show us the condition. Like, so it does slowly deteriorate. So, like, when you drop... Oh, yeah, the roof is 80%. It did take damage. You know, I take it all back. My immersion has not been broken. Yeah. I gotta be more careful with my trees. That is cool, though. I mean, I don't like that I just did damage to the roof of that house, but that's okay. Which means it'll need to be repaired a little earlier. Anything in green, you actually can't repair it. You have to wait until it gets... And there we go. There's our stable. Nice. Well, that's... I mean, that is instantly my new objective. It's time to go build the stable. Because, you know, I am tired of riding a donkey around. I would like to ride a horse. I'm gonna take my horse. Let's see. So we're gonna build an animal husbandry building. Is the stable. A little bit of room on either side, so let's come out a little. No logs, that's not right. That's impossible. Is it because we're too far away? It probably is. Yeah. Oh no, we are literally out of logs. That is crazy. Oh. Yes, then we're going back to Jason cuts down trees. It's like, I'm sorry, what are our loggers doing? How dare we run out? So we got one woodshed. So yeah, this woodshed. It's getting logs. I guess I'm just using them too fast. Huh. Yeah. Craziness. I need more. I need to fill up this one. Apparently. So you can see all of these buildings have a condition. So once they get to a certain level of condition, then they will need repair. And we'll get a notification for that. Usually it deteriorates by season, but I guess not if a tree falls on the building, but otherwise it happens seasonally. You know, the other thing that's gonna turn out to bite me in the butt with this location is that there are no clay deposits real close. That's one of the things I loved about building southwest of the main city, is that they're like right next to where I liked to set up my first couple of villages on this map. There was a clay deposit right next to it, so that's a little bit different. For what I did in this playthrough was setting up at a different location, and I just broke my shovel. Ironically, my shovel is going to take two logs to build, so minor setback. But as Kale Thos like to say, it's merely a setback. And that's okay. You know, we need to chop down these trees so that we can, you know, build more stuff out here. So this was all gonna have to happen eventually. And the villagers, they will collect logs for you when they work in the woodshed, if that's what you're having them collect. But they don't actually chop down the physical trees anywhere on the map. They just, you know, they make logs apparate by magic or something. I don't know. I trust their process. But yeah, in order to actually get the trees out of the way so that you can do stuff, you actually have to physically do that yourself, which is kind of funny. Timber, that's getting dangerously close to that building. But no, we're good. This one is going to yield a bunch of logs, though. It's branches all over the place. Perfect. Okay. That one looked like it was maybe just shy of hitting the house. Might have scraped the side a little. I guess I should probably try to chop them down in a general direction away. Like that. Like away from where I have my buildings. Oh, okay. Well, then there's that. And maybe away from the other trees so that it doesn't glitch out like that. Not exactly sure what the hell that was. Some foul sorcery, I believe. But yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes of Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. That was fun. I now have an episodic television show that I am interested in watching every week. I don't think that's happened since the Mighty Nine was coming out once a week. The Mighty Nine. Actually, that's not that long ago. Don't ask me to remember the one before that, though. Probably House of Dragons was the last one that I watched. Like every evening it came out. I did watch the Royal Rumble today or yesterday. That was I was a little behind, but for the most part, you know, I watched it nearly the same time it was happening. That was fun. And then we played D&D last night. Had a good D&D session, which, you know, self-advertised. That episode has already been uploaded to Satyr DND. That's D-E. That's a, you know, Satyr, and then it's D-E-N-D. Satyr D&D on YouTube. already been uploaded there. You can find a link to it on the front page of my YouTube channel if you're watching this video. We would have done just D and then the letter N and the letter D. That was already taken. So instead we did like D end. D-E-N-D. We have fun with our group. Now we fought a dragon. Not in this most recent episode, but in last week's episode. So that's also always fun. Let's see what happens. Big old tree. Big old stump. I don't like it when they lean. Worried they'll attack me when I start chopping them down further. Gun shy after the last tree exploded at me. By the way, that's a good way to date this episode. The exploding trees. It's crazy. Apparently it's getting, because of this storm, it was getting so cold that there were trees that were literally exploding because the water in them would freeze, and then the surface tension of the bark would rapidly be disrupted and causing an explosion. I was like, excuse me? Nature's not supposed to explode naturally. That's crazy. Alright, well, that's the end of our first day. Yeah, what do you mean the trees explode? Aw, we got a little baby. I'm gonna admit, I'm not a very good parent. I literally forgot we had a baby.
Oh, it's you again.
Aw, thank you. She gave me an apple to eat.
Take care.
I will immediately eat some white bread instead. That gives me a buff that slows my food consumption. And I need some water. Let's see. So I will go drink at the well. And I'll clean myself up a little bit. What are you talking about? I'm the man. I don't need to do anything with the baby. That's the mother's job. I'm okay to say that because I'm playing a medieval times game, and that's totally how it was. Keyword there is evil. Alright, well, there is my stable, so now we can have horsies. A Weedle? Of course I'm going to throw an Ultra Ball at it. Nobody escapes in my chat unless I don't see it. If I don't see it as it goes by, then it can escape. But otherwise, evil, 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 evil. Yeah, it's a good one. Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. I loved the fish anchor that had that voice. That was great. Every time that came up, it put a smile on my face. Yeah, a little tie, suit, and everything. Okay, oh, you know what? I didn't need to go that far. Because the horsies are over here. So now, of course, we're going to get a male and a female. But not the babies. Not the baby. We will make some horse babies eventually, but we are not going to buy the horse babies. Yeah, we have 17,000, so yeah, we can afford this. So we'll assign them to the stable, and we'll buy a nice mare for him to interact with. But we'll leave the filly and the colts here. They're adorable. We don't need them. Oh, right. Yeah. Well, you know what? That guy that was working in the hen house, we're going to have him work now in the stable because unlike the other buildings, this one has this weird thing where even if you put food in the chest like you're supposed to, if there's not an attendant, then it won't acknowledge that. Yeah, like it'll still give you that notification in the top left for animal feed. Now that they've been fed, though, I think I might be able to switch him back. I don't know. Let's try it. Because I do want him producing eggs. Yeah, I'm going to kick him out of this first. Now, of course, we want to reassign him. We want to make sure there's somebody assigned to the stable at the end of the season, so that because that will up the chances that the horses will make babies, which we do want. We do want to be able to sell horses, so we want them to make. We want them to make babies for us. I will trade the animal feed cost for the amount that we can sell horses for, which is quite a bit. But you know, we've had donkeys for a couple seasons now, and that hasn't done anything. So yeah, we have to put. So yeah, that did actually work. We just have to put them in long enough. But the other thing we're gonna do, summon our donkey. Hello, donkey. He's like, hey, what's up? Sorry, I'm taking these from you. Now you're just going to be a farm donkey. Thank you for your service. Now you just get to retire here and enjoy your big old pen. Maybe big's not the right word, but you know, it's decent sized. It's okay. And meanwhile, you better wake up, because yeah, you're my new guy. You're my new boy. All right, so we're gonna take the iron horseshoes, and we're going to transfer them to mount, and then we're going to switch to mount, and that lets us equip them. In my opinion, this process is overly convoluted. I don't know why it had to be so complicated. Please do not start singing the Avril Lavigne song. But seriously, why did they have to go and make things so complicated? You could just, oh, we clipped the corner. All right, well, we clipped the corner, so now we get to clip that on Twitch. We're dead now. It's over. No, I'm kidding. But when you do trip, yeah, you ragdoll. But it's okay. I'm okay. The horse is okay. That is probably not the way we wanted to start off our inaugural ride, but you know, stuff happens. I don't even know where I'm going. I just want to ride somewhere. So I guess we're gonna ride up here. Go explore this area. Horses, of course, are much faster. I don't even like have stuff to sell. But, you know, we haven't really explored the swamp area yet. We can go see if there's some cool stuff for us to grab. Oh, I see some moose eye.
Onward!
I'm not really in the mood to hunt. I'm in the mood to build. One thing on our list is we do also have to go, or at least I want to go clean out the mine. Got to do that for winter. We have not done that yet, but we will. So yeah, we can look around and see if there's anything around here that we can grab. As I recall, there is a guy that lives here. Yeah.
Hello, partner.
Yeah. Yeah, he's kind of weird.
Up in smoke, honey.
Technically, this is considered Quoddy Fingers stealing, but, you know, can you really steal from this guy? Not really. Meanwhile, Thaka's over here saying, yes! Yes, it is absolutely stealing! Well, we got some wine bottles, but we did get some poison. Okay, well, there you go. So yeah, we're not gonna rob. Maybe I spoke too soon. You can still kind of see us from here, though. So you can see there's all kinds of stuff. We don't really need the wine bottles. Cherry wine. No, not while he's in plain sight of us. And then sometimes we can find... Oh, yeah. He's got a goat that he has yet to deal with. That is not stealing, for some reason. I don't know why, but it is not. So we get the leather and the meat from that. We'll take it. And then sometimes there'll be some random things that pop up around here that we can find. I won't spend too much time looking around, and these usually have something. I'll be honest though, we have so much money at this point. Yeah, like a one. I love that this is a recurve bow that is just about broken. It's almost there, and no, you can't repair it. Yeah. Now the arrows though, those we can sell. Copper axe, that's not bad. Okay. And that kind of looked like a chest, but it's not. Okay, the only thing we're getting in here is the copper axe, apparently. Yeah, we were already in here. Okay. So that's pretty much all that's left of this little swamp village. Just the one guy. There's a few buildings there. I don't want to risk taking too much from him. But yeah. Got a few things we can go sell now. Apparently there's some kind of resource that someone doesn't have. What seems to be the problem? Ah, we've run out of food to sell. Okay. They sold... Oh, that's because I took the white bread. That's right. You know, that makes sense. I had them selling white bread. I took it all, and now they don't have any to sell. It does... The math is mathing. Do we have cabbages? Not really. Let's see, what do we have a lot of? Some stuff at the end there, but not the wine. Sure, sell some pottage. Sure, we can have him sell some fish. So that'll last for about a day. That's about 1 day's worth. And that's about a day's worth. Pottage. Yeah, that's not even going to last a day, but it's fine. I'll be back. I'll pick some more stuff for her to sell. Is fine. Oh, but there was the other. Right, the other, the tool stall had also run out of something. Bronze axes, that's fine. Copper arrows and bronze axes. Yeah. Or copper arrows. Yeah. Okay, gotta restock those when I get back. Thank you very much, Janae. Janae hits people with a banhammer, so I don't have to. Just like I hit John with the enhanced hammer today. Boom! Okay, what are some things I don't need? I don't need these trousers or these shoes, because I got my armor. I don't need this copper axe. Yeah. I think I've been telling you that I've been struggling to beat John, and yeah, that was the one big redeeming quality of the day, is that I played John in the first round and I got my revenge. Let's see. Birch seedlings, don't need those. Yeah, that one recurve bow worth 6.9 coin. Basically nothing. I need to go hunting. There you go.
Only the see you around.
Good sir, would you like some cabbages? Can I interest you in... Oh, a lot of cabbage. No, because I can make some stuff into some cabbages. Or I can make cabbages into soup and stuff. So yeah, no, it's fine. I'll need meat, but more than that. But we'll come back for that guy's money. Somebody over here had a quest for me, though. That's really what I'm interested in. What's up? Alright. So let's follow this quest. It'll make it a little easier to... But I seem to remember this one. You go talk to the hunter and tell him that she wants to be an archer. And then you go back and talk to her again. Meanwhile, we got some people. Wow, we got a lot of people we could recruit. This is why I have backup houses. because I haven't built enough houses to invite all these people yet to the main village, but I got these 2 little houses that are kind of up in the mountain, so I can put them there for now. So yeah, we got room for 2 ladies, 3 ladies, and 2 gentlemen. But of course, I only I have 3 ladies here. Let's see. You
I'm an experienced traveler.
not great at anything,
travel
but
where
you're
nobody's
okay at
watching.
hunting. Let's see. An extraction specialist. I
How
definitely
is
want
life
you.
treating you?
Prioritize you. And you are also good at extraction. You're actually kind of good at everything.
Hello there.
Kind of cool. Thank you. You're kind of good at a few different things. Let's see. Well, yeah, no, we could invite 2 guys, but I'm going to be picky with my villagers. You are good at hunting and survival.
How can I help you?
Okay. So this guy was 18. I don't think I got anybody that was young. No. Both the ladies are old. They're too old. So yeah, we're not gonna bother with trying to set up the 18-year-old with one of the old ladies. Older, you know, I gotta calm down. They're 27 and 29. They're not old, but they're way too old for an 18-year-old. No babies will be created from that situation. But we will put the 30-year-old guy with the 29-year-old lady, 27-year-old lady here on her own. Which will result in the same amount of babies as putting them with the 18-year-old, but that's how it is. And then let's see if we have anybody young. We can set up with him. Let's see. 27. Yeah, no. That's it's not a thing.
Ask me how
And then these 2 guys, there's nothing really
Good,
special about. This guy's got good
I
farming.
believe it's not a matter
So I guess
of
we can
good or
bring him
bad.
in.
If I were to say what I value the most in life, I would say people.
We can pair him with the 27-year-old. That's not so bad.
You know how it is with monarchs.
Sure. We'll do that. All right. So then as for their jobs. Oh no! I missed the Wooloo. I see you had to get some new great balls though. Goodness gracious. All right, so let's have them do some logging here. We got a couple decent extraction folks that can do that. So time to log it up. All right, and then I think we had one that was decent at hunting, right? Yeah. She's a good hunter. And then, let's see. We can have the guy that was good at farming, working with the pigs to get us some manure. I'm literally going to give him the shitty job. Okay.
Do what they say, but do not get...
Alright, so now back to that wannabe huntress young lady. I believe I remember where this led. Too young to fight bears. I'll take care of the bear myself. So now we get to go kill the bear. Which I have just the tool for that. But I won't take my horse too close to the bear. It's not a good idea. I'll stop like 50 meters short here and start looking around. I hear a bear. I do not see a bear though. Gonna assume that it's right there because I kind of see some red. How did I? I did. I smacked it twice, and now it's on the run. Its iron arrows are doing their work. Oh, girly, what's the matter? No, I don't like it. I don't like it when you do your scared moans in your sleep. She's having bad dreams. What you doing, baby? Deep sleeping. Alright, killed the bear. I needed some meat, so that works out. Yeah, we can do some hunting on the way back to town. That way I can make some soup.
That's it. I'll leave home and travel around the world collecting wild animals.
Or I think actually it might be, yeah, no, I think carrots or beetroot or soup. I think it's pottage for the cabbage. Thanks, I guess. Till the next bear comes after my honey. Well, you know, sometimes in our line of business, it's okay for now is the best you can do. You're right, though. You know, bears do tend to respawn after every season. It's kind of crazy. Speaking of, let's go do some hunting. So I'm looking mostly for moose, wisent, and bears. If I'm just wanting as much meat as possible. You know, boars will give you some meat, but those three are really where all the meat's at. So we got some mooses over there. We'll go get moose eye. About as close as I want to get on horseback before I start. Sneak up to the thing. Did not hit it straight on, so now it's going to start running. Got him. If I can get the other one. There we go. Headshot. That's probably, we'll see. So once you get all of a certain type, the symbol actually either disappears or goes gray. So you can barely see it, but there's that little gray moose logo there in the middle of the lake or pond or whatever. So no more mooses there, but there are some here. And then we can see that 30 meat, so not a ton, but you know, some for sure. Also gives leather, which is awesome. And then if we're lucky, we'll get the moose antlers. Yeah, I think we might have gotten them on the first, but not on this one. And yeah, back to the horse we go. Easiest way to ragdoll is go over a bridge. If you just clip even just the littlest bit of a side, you just go flying. It's frustrating. I believe that's those are mooses I've seen in the distance. Something attacking me? Getting the attack music. But no. Guess not. It's... There's another one. Nice, I went 3 for 3 on headshots. Good stuff. Once you get the longbow and the iron arrows, saves you a lot of time in hunting, I can tell you. Makes it much easier. And getting the, getting them to glow from the inspection mode, that also makes that process much easier. So yeah, we're kind of just hitting all of the big things on the way back to our village, which there are not much up here. We got one more patch, some moose there. We could go kind of around and get these Wysant. Otherwise, we would need to go like down over here for, bears and Wysant. But it's okay. We can settle for hunting one more pack of moose, and that should be plenty to get started on cooking here. And then maybe we'll end the day with some. Yeah, and I'm not super interested in the deer, personally. They don't really do much for me as far as meats and leather goes. Oop, missed him. Oh, but I got him on the second one. Fortunately, I think that's gonna scare off. Nope, I guess not. Thought that might scare off the other one, but not so much. Alright, so now we're sitting on almost 350 meat. That's pretty good. Actually, is that that's another one. Another one. Need a Reno in the chat. Like what? Oh, because it clips that to the clipboard when I clip it. Interesting. Okay. There we go, though. Simple copy and paste rather than a simple paste. Well, my horse is on the way. Alright, so the little badger running. Good thing for you, I'm only really looking for meats, and you don't really have any. You're not much. Don't get me wrong, you look like a chunky looking badger. I think I just ran over a badger. They're everywhere. Look at me and my fancy horse. All you peasants walking around everywhere. I have a thirst. Been running around in all of these like bogs and over all these bridges with lakes, and couldn't find time to drink any water then, but now that I'm back in town, I don't think I can make any more bread for now. Yeah, we're out of flour until we harvest the rye this spring. That was not very well planned. That's okay though. But yeah, soups. Yeah, so for regular soup it's beetroot. For stew it's carrots, and then for cabbage that makes pottage. So looks like we will use. Oh wait, yeah, we know we need. Oh. What am I doing? Eat. There we go. So yeah, we need more wooden bowls. It's easy enough. Yeah. Have a work shed for that. Just over here. So we use some of our logs, but as you can see, they've been hard at work making logs. So this will make 1,000. I don't think I'm going to end up making more than 1,000 pottage anytime soon, but still. So yeah, that'll use all the meats. Well, that's okay. We can go get more. But still, 148 pottage. That'll be something that we can sell for quite a while at the food stall. And then as for this, we'll have them. Yeah, we're gonna do iron bars. They've been hard at work in the mine. I need to get on that as well, but make a few things so we can sell.
The weather.
Let's see, right now, yeah, at our tool stall, we are not selling much of anything because all of the stuff is gone. Find something else to sell, and let's make it elite. Actually, we could do iron horseshoes. Put those in there. That'll be simple enough. And then the other one I was going to look at was the elite swords. So if we did this 50-50, that would be about 1.5 horseshoes a day. But we're gonna do it until it's 1 elite sword a day. Perfect. And then the rest will be horseshoes. Which will be 1 a day of each. And that's fine. Also, as this person gets better at selling stuff, which we can see right now, he's got a skill of 6, which is, or she has a skill of 6. It's not bad. But yeah, so we'll make we'll do 6, so that'll go through 2 seasons of selling. Though she'll get a little better at selling them as she goes. So we might have to get more eventually. But for now, that'll do. We can also make and take elite swords into town. Like, that makes a really easy thing to sell, because usually they can only buy 1 or 2. That and iron horseshoes together is actually kind of one of the best combos that I like for that. So yeah, you can see we have an elite sword, but we'll put the other 6 in there, and then the 6 iron horseshoes. Should be good to sell that. Meanwhile, we made the pottage, so we'll put that in food storage. And we will change it so that she sells a pottage from now on. And actually, yeah, we can put most of the white bread back too, because I want a little bit, because that's what I like to eat. Certainly the eggs can go in. Apple. Pike. Yeah. And sure, why not? Very wide. Even if it is stolen. And it's starting to get pretty late here in day 2. How are they doing on the farm so far? Holy cow, they are done? Crazy. Nice. I think then we... Boy, are we ready to expand? Kind of feels like we are. We are down to 48 rye grain, but why not? Let's set up another 50, which we'll do in the morning because it's already dark. And that's kind of a frustrating project to do when it's dark, setting up fields. Yeah, clearly they have a much higher capacity than what I have previously been setting them to do. They're already done by the end of day 2.
Spring up like mushrooms.
So it's farming and field. So yeah, we've been making room on purpose so that we can start expanding. So it looks like that is the spot. So we can do 225 fields, but at this point, I'm more inclined to do a 5x10 field. Yeah. So we'll do it that way. And then we don't have to do much of anything here. We can if we want to get them started, but I'd rather do that at the end of the day. We just need to set the plants. So in this case, it's going to be rye, which is sown in the autumn and harvested in the spring. That'll be all of it. So then that grows in the winter, is harvested in the spring, which we will then do flax. And that'll be harvested in the summer, which we will then do cabbage, because that's the only one we can grow then. Perfect. So that's how we set up a field. Instruct them how to do it. So yeah, that'll fill up all the rest of the area here. And, you know, if we want, we can help them get it started a little. But like I said, I'm actually not going to do it, because I have something else that I need to do. I like how we have our little village center here, which I'm gonna destroy this soon. I don't think we've unlocked it yet. Or have we? No, the tavern. So when we get to 10K on production, we'll have the tavern, and I will probably blow this up and maybe move the market stalls around a little to make room, because this is going to be, the center will be the tavern. It'll be perfect. And I will love it. And they will love it. All right. Time to benefit from the one main function of me building my town in this spot, which is easy access to a mine. Welcome back to Jason Hits Rocks. Jason hit the rocks. I am going to be starting a new named series soon, which is Road to EUIC. I was thinking about starting that today because it's February 1st, and I've got, you know, a little less than 2 weeks now. I think the tournament starts on the 13th, so, you know. But I'm not planning on doing episodic, like, every day, necessarily. So I guess there's not much point in starting, whether I started it today or started, you know, in a few days. I have already been playing games here and there, but I do need to start having better sessions of sitting down and, you know, playing X number of games in a row and having like a game goal per day and meeting that and ramping it back up, because in theory at these tournaments you're playing 8 rounds on the first 8 rounds of Pokemon on the first day, and a round is a best 2 out of 3 set. So in that first phase, to try to qualify for phase 2, you're playing somewhere between 16 to 24 games of Pokemon. And I'm definitely not playing that many right now. I'm playing more like 5 to 10 in a day. Just to keep myself, you know, somewhat fresh. But it's not. So over the course of these next couple weeks before the tournament, I'll need to step it up again. Just like I did for Toronto and then didn't get to go. If I don't get to actually make it to London for the tournament, I will be very disappointed. I'm hoping the weather is not as bad as it has been the last couple weeks for people trying to travel. When the weather picks up. But only time will tell. As for tonight, I think I'm probably gonna play some Hearthstone Battlegrounds after this, and I might play some Pokemon still tonight. I did go and play today, so between that and my games that I played online, I probably played more or less enough for today. As I start ramping it up, though, I will do, like, probably a stream with a game goal. And I may not always start at, you know, one game. Like, if I've played a few games, you know, like a game here on my break or something, then, you know, you might see my stream start at, like, you know, my record today is 2-2, because I've already played those 4 games during the day. And then, you know, my total game goal for the day is 10 games. So, you know, it's like, okay, well, in that stream, I might try to play 6. I might not even need it. I might be like, you know, I'm going to play a game or 2 before I go to bed. But I'm going to do that on my phone, in bed, getting ready to sleep. But or I might just stream them all. Who knows? A nose pass in the chat. I will try to catch it. I noticed it, therefore I throw the ball. That's how it works. Everybody keeps asking me what I'm going to do in London. I keep telling them the same thing. I'm going to play in a Pokemon tournament. It's always a funny conversation to have, though, because I'm like, they're like, you're not going to do anything else? I'm like, I mean, like what? And I genuinely, I ask, because I ask people, you know, like, I'm not much of a outgoing vacationer, so I don't really know what to do. Like, I don't really have any idea. Can you give me some ideas? And people will be like, well, maybe you can go see Big Ben. I'm like, well, I don't really care about that. Like, I'm not a sightseer. I don't just marvel at something because I, you know, I've never seen it or anything like it in my life before. I'm a pretty heavily logic-based person, and I'm like, What value does that have to me? I don't really get it. There might be some stuff that would be maybe cool to see, but like that's not one of them. It's a big clock tower. Like, it's cool that that was built and that exists, I guess, but it doesn't really appeal to me. People keep talking about, you know, trying the local cuisine, and as far as I know, London is not well known for its food. I'm sure, you know, I will order food because if nothing else, I will require sustenance. It's not like I'm not going to eat while I'm there, but also I'm, you know, trying to lose weight and get in shape, so I don't really want to, you know, gorge myself on too much food or anything. But, and I also don't want to spend a lot of money, so that's the other thing, is people will bring up stuff that sounds too expensive, or at least at the very least sounds like it would not be worth the value of what it would cost. So I'm like, you know, I'm already spending so much on the flight and hotel and tournament entry fee, even though you guys actually pay that, so that's actually not really a factor in my expenses. But you know, so much money is already being spent on the trip. Like, that's why I don't really go to the Pokemon Center when I'm there, because like I don't really need to spend any more money. The trip is the reward, and the tournament. Really, it's the tournament. I don't really like the trip, but I would prefer to play all of these online, which is why I think I will very much enjoy being a competitive Unite player, because they play all of their qualifying tournaments online. You'll have to try a British fish and chips for me. Yeah, okay. I can try to do that. Kind of like, you know, here's the thing. I'm trying to avoid carbs, right? But when I go to New Orleans, I will definitely order beignets. And I will eat beignets. You know, if I go into a diabetic coma over beignets, then, you know, I had a good life. It was rich and rewarding. You know, I enjoyed it. But you can't take the beignets away. You can't take that away from me. Yeah, you can live through me again with the beignets. I did bring you home one. My question is, did you eat it? Because, you know, it was a day-old beignet. And, you know, I don't think they really stay good the same as like donuts do. So I wouldn't have blamed you at all if you didn't eat it, but I did always wonder whether or not you ended up eating it or not. I don't think I ate mine, because I think I had 2 and I gave you 1, and I don't think I ate mine left over. Now it must be the clothing stall that's out of stuff, because I just filled the other 2 with at least... Oh, you know what? Maybe I think I might have forgot to set her to selling pottage. Let's see, so... We don't really need bronze all that much. We'll do 45 for now, so we still have some copper. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, they don't really travel, which is unfortunate. So for lunch today, I ate one of my factor meals, which was like lime, jalapeno chicken or something with like cauliflower mash. Something healthy, you know, not that great. But what I've started doing is I've started actually quartering limes and squeezing lime juice over everything, because I love that flavor, even though it was already a lime flavored dish. You can always use more, but the best part is your fingers smell like lime after that. And so, you know, random fact of the day, my fingers smell like lime and I love it. Let's see. even after I rinse off my hands, you can't rinse off the smell of lime out of your fingers. Right. Yeah, so stop selling my fish and start selling pottage. So all that I made is still only 2 days worth. So I will need more meat, is the moral of the story. And somebody else seems to have a problem. The farm shed has run out of rye grain. Well, that's because I don't have any more.
Onward!
Because I made it all into flour. But I think that's only 2. Right? Like we probably planted all but 2. Yeah. Because that's all we were short. So, you know, I can handle that. So at this point, we are kicking these guys out of the farm shed because they are no longer needed there. And we're going to reassign them to our animal buildings. So we'll put the best one, which is her at 6 with the horses, because I really want them to have babies. Then the 5er will be here. And these 2 that we put in the hen house, that one only has a 2. And the pigsty only has a 3. So our actual regular farmers, they get to take care of the animals in the downtime because they're better at it. And these off workers that are only okay at it, they get to go do other stuff. So for now, what that means is I don't know what that means. Everything else is full. I guess that means we need to build another building for them to do something in. I mean, we could assign them to the barn, but I don't have any work for them to do in there. I don't usually assign villagers to do production jobs because I do them instantly, and they can't be assigned to the storages. So I could build a couple more stalls to have them sell some stuff, but usually I like those people to be dedicated because they got to develop the diplomacy skill to make money, and so I don't like to move them around. The right answer here is to have more animal husbandry buildings, but we don't currently have any other animal husbandry buildings that we can build. We're almost to the point where we can build the fold. We're pretty far away from the cow shed and really far away from the apiary for bees, so I suppose I could build more, but I don't really want to, since we don't have any more. I guess they can just be idle for right now. Or, you know, actually, no, I know what we can do. This is a pretty easy one. We can build an excavation shed for them to work in. Get some more limestone for our buildings. To insulate our buildings. So we'll find a place up here somewhere to put another excavation shed. I know, none of this is flat. None of it's going to be flat enough. It's all... No, I take it back. I found a spot. And this is a very easy building. It's very low log level. Yeah. And it fits 2, which is kind of perfect. So we had 2 idlers. They have 0 experience in extraction, but it's better than them doing nothing. And yeah, we need the limestone. Every little bit will help to get our houses insulated. 7 a day is pretty much none. Oh, you know what, actually? I just realized we can actually use this to help with the fact that we don't have any clay pits, and they will actually bring us back a significant amount of clay, even if they're not skilled enough to make a difference. But we do need shovels. So they can start by having mine in here. Tools. Oh no, right, that's the only one I have. So make 4 real quick. And they can have those shovels. But I will make them some better ones just for... I mean, it doesn't make a difference what kind of tool they have. It should, but it doesn't. But for aesthetics, I like to... Yeah. And you know what? I wouldn't mind having an iron shovel either. It'll be fine. Sweet. I'm not at shears yet, but I will eventually need them, so why not? I'll make 1 of those for myself, so I have that on hand. Yeah, you know what? I've got the gold. Mine as well. Or the coin. So the other thing that we have to do here before we close out was it good? Are we still talking about the beignets? Because the beignets are always fantastic when they're fresh. But no, I didn't eat the one I brought back either because it looked old. And I was like, I don't need to eat that. It's not worth it. So those tools that we just got. Oh, right. I was talking about a factory. Right. You know what the weirdest thing about the factor meals are for me is that when I eat them in the plastic TV dinner container that they come in, I don't have an appetite for it as much. I eat maybe half of them most of the time. But when I empty them into a bowl, make it more presentary, put a little lime on it and maybe a little salt and pepper, and you know, if it's appropriate depending on what kind of meal it is, maybe sour cream or salsa or whatever, I eat it all and it tastes great. It doesn't taste any different, but to me it tastes better. Go figure. I don't understand, other than that there's some psychological thing at work here, but it's silly, but it's true. And food, the way a food is presented, I realize that does matter subconsciously to how much you have a desire to eat it. I understand it. But, yeah. I have 1 factor meal left from this last week that I'm having for dinner. I probably shouldn't wait that long because they get delivered on Mondays. But they're good for 7 days. Apparently. And, so far the only thing that I've received that contests that is this week I got a Caesar salad. And when I opened the Caesar salad, the lettuce was already suspect. But that was on the first day. So, yeah. I'll drink more water if I have a straw. Absolutely. Same here. And thank you for the reminder. I need to drink more water. I'm actually starting to run out, which is good because I filled this when I got home from Pokemon. I mean, one of the, obviously I'm trying to lose weight and get in shape for Pokemon because I'm traveling and trying to compete and trying to have more energy when I get to these tournaments and trying to make the experience of traveling around not as painful physically and emotionally. But I'm also trying to eat better and everything to better manage my blood sugars. I am diabetic, but I'm not diabetic to the point where I've been recommended to take insulin yet, which is good. I don't really want to get to that point where I gotta shoot myself up with insulin all the time. Yeah. So whole thing should help with that too, that I don't get there. Especially if I start losing weight, then maybe I can come off of some of the, you know, the just like oral medications I take now to manage my blood sugars. Would be nice. Thank you. I am. Though I will admit, like, weight goes, it comes and goes, so, you know, especially when you're in the process of losing a lot of weight. So, like, during that week that I was on the steroids, right, that it was like a week and a half. During those 2 weeks, I had lost 10 pounds. Crazy. And then the following week, after I was no longer on them, I gained back 4 pounds, which that happens, you know, especially when you have rapid weight loss like that. Sometimes, you know, your body really rubber bands you back because it's trying to, you know, make up for what it lost. But then this week, I weighed in yesterday, and in the last week, I lost those 4 pounds again. So I'm like, okay, good. So so far we've kept off the 30 that we've lost in the last 5 months overall. It's good progress, and we're holding it steady. So yeah, if I can keep losing weight, that's great. But, you know, right, like, I'm okay with plateaus. Like, a lot of people get frustrated with it, and I'm like, no, a plateau is good, because your body's natural reaction is to freak out when you lose weight. You know, it's like, oh my god, we're losing our energy reserves, we need to do something, and your body will make that difficult on you, and that sucks. But, you know, your body is trying to survive. It's a survival mechanism. It's a short-term thing. It's not thinking long-term of your blood sugars and cholesterols. It's thinking right now, just in case there's a famine, we need to have as much energy stored as possible, so we're going to put as much fat on this guy as possible. Like, my body does not know what's best for me. It's kind of sad. So if you plateau, that just means you're keeping your current progress against the wish of your body, which is to gain it all back so that you have all that food storage. And it kind of sucks, but that's, you know, that's how it is. All right, so the corner is there. And then, oh, yeah, no, the rocks are not going to. So we'll just do a little orchard here. Well, no, let's do a bigger orchard, but we're going to try to base it off of probably one step over, because I think that'll be fine for that. We just start it here. Yeah, I think that'll skirt the rocks. Yep, we're good. So yeah, we're going to do a bigger orchard. I don't know exactly... Oh, size limit reached. Okay, so it can't go past 8. And we're going to see how far we go before we hit a tree or something. Yeah, so 7 by 8. That'll be good. So the good news about the orchards is they're much easier than the fields, where the fields have to be grubbed and then fertilized and then plowed and then sown. Where the orchards, they just have to be grubbed and then sown. That easy. Which is nice. And I actually don't know if I have enough tree seeds to do this many, but I didn't feel like setting up multiple orchards. So we're just going to go with this for now, and we'll start our orchard up there, and we can plant as we get more tree seeds if we don't have enough. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about where I'm at right now. I'm still working out regularly, and physically I'm feeling better. I'm kind of upset emotionally that I can't eat the food I want right now. But, you know, I figure especially if I can get, you know, my food-related health issues more under control, then I can, you know, find some kind of balance, right? Where I can, you know, I can eat some of the food that I really want to eat sometimes, just in moderation and, you know, not as often. Right. Yeah, essentially, yes, allowing cheat days. And not really, you know, I've been very careful about not just saying, okay, I'm just going to blow up my calorie count and carb count today. Because I really am trying to be more strict with myself. Because doing it halfway doesn't work very well for me. I tend to, once I fall off the wagon, I tend to stay off the wagon. But, you know, I let myself have little pieces of it every now and then. Oh, no, sounds so good, but that's all carbs. Like, I mean, I guess I could just have the chicken, but like, I can't have the rice at all. And I'm not really, like, teriyaki is also really high in sugar, so I'm not really supposed to have that either. Yeah, no rice, no noodles. Very true. Same thing with shojis. Like, if I just did the chicken and the veggies with teriyaki, it probably wouldn't be that high. Though teriyaki sauce in general is pretty high in carbs. But yeah, that could be something to have as a treat. That wouldn't be so bad. But definitely no noodles. Definitely no. Oh, I'm out of hops plants, but that's good. Means we can move on to apples. So yeah, dieting is annoying. We all know this. I'm not the first person to discover that. I won't be the last. And it's not even the first time I've done this. You know, like when I was in my mid-20s, I lost a bunch of weight and was working out like 7 times a day at the gym, like for an hour each day or more. My sister described me as a gym rat. I imagine that you cannot that you cannot imagine me as a gym rat, but that apparently was the most accurate way to describe my gym habits. Because I mean, you know, yeah, I didn't spend all my time at the gym, but I did go there like every day. On the 5 days that I was working, especially when I was working graveyard shift, I'd go there for an hour before my shift, so I'd get there at like 10, and I'd spend that hour working out and watching the first full running of Sports Center, which was cool because I got to keep up on my sports while I was working out, and I'd like change machines during commercials and all that. And then when the show was over, my shift started at 11:30, so that'd be just enough time to, you know, jump in the shower and then get to work. All right, so that's all the pears. It's getting kind of late. Normally I would go to bed, but I want to get these planted. And all it is just planting them, so that's not so bad in the dark. When you have the... I hate the gym too. I prefer to work out at home, and that is actually what I have been doing lately. I don't even particularly like going and working out in my sister's / brother-in-law's gym that they have set up in their garage. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful that they've been inviting me over and having me work out. Funny, an invitation was not extended this weekend. I can only imagine why. But I have appreciated all they've done for me, especially my brother-in-law, because he and Nicholas have been working out with me, which is more fun to work out with people. So that's been good. But I prefer to work out at home. But I also am less motivated to work. Like when I go to work out there, we work out harder and for more time because that's what we're there to do. And when I work out at home, I do it in spurts and random and non-consistently. I still get good exercise, but it's, you know, it's not as reliable. But anyway, that is going to bring us to the end of our season. And so now we will be turning over from autumn to winter. And of course, for everybody watching this on YouTube, on the VOD later, of course, that means we are going to be ending this episode. But first, let's see what we got here. We got a runaway bride. I'm telling you, it was a ghost. What would a fair girl in a white gown do in the middle of a field if not tempt men to abandon their work so they could kill them? What? Contrary to your vigiler's belief, the girl is no ghost. She ran away because her parents forced her to marry an older man. She wants to marry only out of love. Okay, so we can invite her to the village, or we can tell her to go back where she came from. She should respect her parents' will. All right, Janae, I need you to decide this one for me. What are we doing? Are we going to let her join our village as a runaway bride, or are we telling her to respect the wishes of her parents and go back home? There could be consequences for each way. Option B. All right. We're sending her home. Get out of here. Oh, the girl curses you and your village. Your people are superstitious and don't treat curses lightly. All right, well, all of our villagers lost 5 mood. Oh, well. It happens. Oh, yay, we had a filly. See, this is what I don't understand. Bobby Flights, hello, welcome in. I've been playing this game with the homie. It's lit. It is a good game. I enjoy it. We are about to finish our second year here. We're entering into winter. So let's see. We had a couple people get married. One more couple get pregnant. And then, yeah, so this is what I've been saying about donkeys. I've had the 2 donkeys for this whole, like, you know, for what feels like at least 3 or 4 seasons now. And they have not had a baby, but immediately I get the horses. And boom, baby. No, I am playing alone. This is not my first playthrough, but it is my first fully streamed playthrough, if that makes sense. All right. So if you guys are watching this on the YouTube VOD later, then I will see you in the next episode.